Welcome back, club members, to this week's episode of the Hollywood Hubbies Film Club. I'm Jeffrey.
And I'm Brandon. Last week we did our review of 1954's A Star is Born. We hope everyone enjoyed. We officially have crossed the 3K stream milestone. Thank you everyone so much for supporting us out there. Please make sure to share the podcast with your friends, your family. You can find us on socials.
Instagram, TikTok, MySpace, LiveJournal. I'm just kidding.
But yeah, you can find
the first two, yes.
You can find us at Hollywood Hubbies. We are, checking our socials and posting like little clips and things like that. So any engagement would be great. We are literally doing this just the two of us. We don't have like a team behind this or anything. So yeah, please spread the word for us. We'd greatly appreciate it.
Yes, we're slowly but surely getting through this list, and I'm really curious to know what other movies people would want us to review and talk about. I know I have my list, but I don't know if it matches up. For those of you who are just joining us, we are reviewing AFI's top 25 movie musicals of all time. At the end of every episode, we're spinning the wheel to give us our movie for the next episode. That way you can watch along with us.
It's showtime, folks, as we tap into this week's episode of 1979's All That Jazz.
I feel like if you took away the alcohol and the drugs, that character probably really resonated with you.
I
think you wanted to see. I think you really wanted to say that line.
I can see that, honestly. I take that with appreciation. Definitely, not the actual drinking and obsessive compulsion with that part of his life, or being a womanizer.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. So that was a good one.
I just had to say it. And also, this is the first time that we are watching a movie like finished, notes taken, everything, and immediately going into recording. Usually we take like a day or two to kind of, get everything together. But I don't know. It just felt like maybe we should try it, like fresh in our minds. Like we just watched it. Now let's go record. And
see how the momentum is.
Yeah.
And see if it just kind of flows a little bit more natural.
We're older too, so like we're gonna remember more if we do it immediately.
Right. It's also a rainy day in LA today, so we were like, we're home, let's go for it.
Yeah, let's just do it.
I wonder if anyone can hear the rain or anything like that, but yeah, it is a rainy day, and it is the holidays. We just got through the new year, so we're recording this pretty close to real time when it gets published.
Yes. So happy belated holidays.
All That Jazz is a 1979 American musical drama film directed by the one and only Bob Fosse, starring Roy Scheider as an obsessive film and stage director. It is a semi-autobiographical fantasy based on aspects of Fosse's life and career as a dancer, choreographer, and filmmaker.
And after watching it,
right? I know. It was also the final work of its producer, Robert Allen Arthur, who wrote the screenplay with Fosse and died a year before its release.
Oh, that's a bummer. I know. Did they finish filming it?
I mean,
did he get to see any of it?
Yeah, I'm sure. Its supporting co-stars consist of Jessica Lange, Leland Palmer, Cliff Gorman, Ben Vereen, and one of my husband's all-time faves, Miss Anne Reinking.
Yes, I love her.
For those who are fans of the musical Chicago, this film borrows its title from the song of that same name from Kander and Ebb's musical Chicago. All That Jazz was praised by critics for its creativity, ambition, choreography, and Scheider's performance, although it was labeled by some as pretentious in regards to its semi-autobiographical nature. I did read that most of the main complaint about it was that it was just almost a little bit too close to his life, that it should have just been a biography.
It should have. Every single person is based off somebody else. You just change their name a little bit, and that's, literally some of the conversations, I was either like, oh, he probably really had that conversation, or, oh, I'm pretty sure he had that conversation because they're talking about Chicago there or something. I was watching it and just very closely being like, I think I don't think this was a written script. I think you just took straight from like arguments and conversations. But
I do agree with that. Absolutely. I think that in regards to, when it's something that's just historically so close to that world that everyone lived. I mean, this is not about something from the 1800s. People lived during this time. They knew who Fosse was. They knew what was going on. So
everybody in it that the characters are based on, they were all alive. So they got to see their representation in this movie.
Yes,
so
exactly.
It's not like I don't know. It's not like they were doing a movie about like Marie Antoinette or
exactly.
something.
This is another film that the Library of Congress selected in regards to the United States National Film Registry. It is deemed as being a movie that had significant aesthetic and historical impact. So I believe it was I don't remember which other film we said, but another film that we were doing to make it also.
I think a lot of these probably have that. I think, was it just Top Hat that we?
Oh, it was Top Hat for aesthetic and dance and all that stuff. So yeah.
All That Jazz received 9 nominations at the 52nd Academy Awards, including Best Picture, Best Director, Best Original Screenplay, Best Cinematography, and Best Actor for Scheider, winning for Best Original Score, Best Art Direction, Best Film Editing, and Best Costume Design. And a little extra tidbit, following the release, Stanley Kubrick called it the best film I think I have ever seen.
I mean, that's pretty big statement.
He's a pretty, but well-known and well-praised director. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, that has to be a very high compliment.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Had you ever seen this movie before? And if so, is there a fondest memory of it or something that you recognize from it?
I think this is another one that, like, because I love musical theater and I love classic films, I've seen many clips of it and many performances, and a lot of scenes are very distinctive. And like, when I see them, like, a lot of people remember Anne Reinking in this hat, in this outfit. It's very well known. Mm-hmm. I don't think I had ever seen it from beginning to end as a full movie. This was the first time. So it's very interesting to take the little bits I've seen and connect it to the scenes where they were supposed to be, because I have a lot of thoughts.
I am right there with you in regards to knowing so many significant scenes and so many significant parts of this movie. Watching it completely from beginning to end, I can't really tell you if I have a fondest memory of it. I did, of course, see the Fosse stage musical that was done when I was in high school. I think I saw that at the Schubert Theater in LA. And I will say that after I had seen the musical on stage, I did want to research more of, the work that was done. And so I do remember renting it. I do remember renting this at like a Blockbuster.
Did you actually watch it?
I'm going to be honest with you. I really think that me and my friends probably just like skimmed through it and watched the musical numbers, which is interesting because I think one of the most interesting things about this movie musical is the fact that it's not really a classic style movie musical, as one would say. We can dive into it as we go along, but I do, first and foremost, as we go through the plot, you guys, this movie, it is very much like, it's pretty close to an experimental film in regards to the type of cuts and the type of montages that we have. There are a lot of dream sequences in pure Fosse fashion. There are a lot of imagination and illusion dream sequences that happen, which, of course, Rob Marshall took a lot of that and used in his style of directing movie musicals. But I will say that going through the plot, it is not, some of these it's more summaries of scenes that are happening because, Jeffrey and I are not going to specifically talk about every little cut or like, flashback that happens. We will mention the significant ones, but it's so montage like. Just bear with us in regards to some of the plot will be more plot summary, and then we'll dive into the sections more.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the elephant in the room, and I don't know if you'll agree with me, babe, but I do think that it is a little bit difficult to critique this movie as a movie musical.
I mean, we'll definitely get there when we get there, but like one of the things that I found as I was watching it is I really had to like separate it between the musical numbers and the actual film, both being very well done, or maybe not the film and the musical numbers. I mean the musical numbers and the actual scenes and the plot, because if you separate them, both are genius, like to look at and to watch together. I don't know if they necessarily, for me, went well together. It's like a chocolate mousse and like a grilled cheese sandwich. Both things are delicious, but I don't want to eat them together in the same bite.
I can feel that.
Those are random things that I just pulled out of the top of my head that I love.
No, yeah. That's great.
I just, once I was finished with the movie, I was like, okay, I enjoyed everything. I don't necessarily know if I enjoyed everything together. I felt like it kind of, we'll get there.
Yeah,
but that's my initial thoughts. And so I agree with you. It's hard to rate it as a movie musical because it kind of completely does a 180 switch midway and becomes this fantastical thing. And the beginning was almost completely realistic. It was, I mean, besides the little bits and pieces in his head where he's talking to the angel, who it took me about 30 minutes into the movie to go, oh my God, that's Jessica Lange. I had no idea that was her. Stunning, beautiful. The makeup and the costume really, it took me a second to realize that was her. But I understand those parts were in it, but I'm just talking about like when it later in the film completely turns into those scenes, I feel like it turns into a completely different movie. So that's more what I mean, is like it was hard to, it was like I was watching two things, both of them being great, but I didn't really like those pieces together.
For sure. No, I get that. That's actually really great that you described it that way. I feel I had a similar but different opinion on that, but I do have some of those similar feelings in regards to, especially like when we get 80% into the movie, I feel like things do really shift. Mm-hmm. And Fosse was almost like, I'm going to just blow my artistic wad all over this. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like he got there, and I think that it does get more artistically pretentious in a way towards the end. Either way, here we go with our plot.
Yeah.
The story draws from Fosse's experience editing his 1974 film Lenny while simultaneously staging the Broadway musical Chicago. When he directed, choreographed, and co-wrote that. Like Fosse, Scheider's character attempts to stage this ambitious Broadway musical while supervising and editing the film that he also directed about this stand-up comic. So in the film, Joe Gideon, played by Roy Scheider, is a theater director and a choreographer attempting to balance this. He's balancing staging his latest Broadway musical, which is called NY-LA,
I wonder what that could be about.
While editing a Hollywood film that he has directed, The Stand-Up. He's an alcoholic. He's a workaholic, chain smoker, womanizer. I mean, anything you can think of. This guy,
he's all of it.
This guy is all of it.
He's something.
We start the film with this quick morning montage routine that we see. The tape playing is the music of Vivaldi while taking his dosage of like, it's like a montage of like eye drops, Alka-Seltzer, ADHD / narcolepsy pills that he's grabbing from the cupboard. That's all concluded.
It's speed, guys. It's speed.
That's
He's taking speed.
All concluded with him in front of the mirror being like, "It's showtime, folks." Great.
Oh my God. I gotta say, like, as I was watching this, I did not ever take hard drugs like that, but in my past, I have drank excessively, and I know that feeling of the morning after and feeling like absolute garbage. My morning routine was not this, but it just, all I could think while watching this is like, oh my God, I'm so happy I don't drink anymore. Because like it just was giving me anxiety just watching it, like pulling yourself out of bed, the eye drops, all like it
bad PTSD.
Triggered. I'm very triggered, but yeah, it was a good way of showing how shitty someone feels in the next morning. So I was like, oh, I don't ever want to drink again after watching that.
The first scene after this montage, we cut to a theater audition where there are a ton of people rehearsing and auditioning for this Broadway show. The music that we get here, it is a soundtrack song. It is not an actual musical number, and that's on Broadway. But yeah, there's difference between the music that's used in regards to like aesthetic soundtrack style music being played versus performance numbers.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll make sure to pull those performance numbers out.
This one was just on Broadway when it should have been, God, I hope I get it. I hope I get it.
So many people were on that stage. How many of them do you think were from a chorus line?
I don't know. But you know what is really funny? Like if we go more into all of these things, but the first thing it made me think of was a chorus line, which was also funny because the year that Chicago came out, it was up against a chorus line at the Tony Awards, and they both had like 1 million nominations.
Wow.
And Chicago won nothing, and a chorus line won everything. So again, I just thought that was funny. He's a theater director, so he's going to have auditions, but it was funny that the first thing it made me think of was the opening of a chorus line.
This whole I mean, like you were saying, Boo, you were like, some of those costumes look like a chorus line characters. I was like,
seriously.
I see BB up there.
And not just that, but like again, I could literally just be like, it could just be like normal dance moves that any choreographer would use. But there were even certain dance moves that like they were doing up there that I was like, oh my God, like there was one part. Now, granted, it was all of them in a line and they were learning it, but there was this weird like shuffle backwards and kind of hands out, kind of like trying to grasp for something. And it was reminding me of Cassie's dance and how she does that kind of like foot shuffle backwards at the end. And she's like, kind of holding her hands out. I was like, I don't know. I think Fosse was triggered that a chorus line won all the awards and took all the recognition from Chicago. So he kind of sprinkled some of it in there.
I can see it.
I mean, that's what I was like, let me look this up. Was it the same year?
What's up with the banter that they cut to with like the producers in the audience, like the three men, like just being completely like misogynistic about the women on stage? Like, ugh, that's so gross.
I'm not gonna lie though, I feel like that stuff probably still happens today. Oh, it was probably much worse, but nobody's going to tell me that they don't still do that today.
Agreed. Of course they still do.
They're not going to do it as loud, and they're going to be more PC, and I'm not saying I agree with it. I'm saying there are probably still misogynists out there that are like, oh, she's not that pretty, or like, I'm going to pick the prettier one, even though she has a worse voice. Like, I'm going to pick a pretty one. Yeah, like stuff like that should not be going on. It should be about talent, but like they were way louder about it, even though they were in the back of the house. They were more vocal about like,
totally,
you know.
I do. Oh, this is we kind of jump into our first like quick little. How do I explain this? This is where we are introduced into Fosse's style of directing in regards to his quick cuts, his dream montage.
I just kept calling it his inner monologue. Yeah. Even though he's talking to somebody else, it's all in his mind. Agreed. So he's talking to himself.
Yeah. So in his inner monologue, he's got his angel that is played by Jessica Lange, that he's like flirting with. And she's basically like this angel of death that they keep having this like fun, flirty banter through the entire movie.
Mm-hmm.
So every time we cut to a scene between the two of them, it's always set in this very like illusion like state. It looks like a dressing room sometimes it looks like a club. It's all very smoky, and there's mirrors, and she's even wearing, it's like almost like a veiled, really beautiful costume design.
I thought it was interesting because the things that I've read and the things that I've seen about Fosse, I think that he is very much inspired and has always had like a female muse that has been like, oh my God, this person completely understands my style, and I want to work with them and I want to do more. So it's always been this male figure, Fosse, and this female muse. So it was interesting. I didn't think that the angel represented anybody in particular. I just think it represents how he's always had a female muse in his life that he has completely fallen in love with, whether he's actually had sex with them or not, which he probably did. I just think that he falls in love with their talent and falls in love with their star quality. That's what it kind of reminded me of. He had Gwen Verdon, he had Reinking, who's literally playing herself. He's just kind of always had that artistic, the choreographer director and their muse who has kind of inspired more work out of them.
Very much so.
So that's what I kind of got from that because
it was his ultimate muse that was waiting for him.
That is his ultimate muse. And I could be wrong, but I mean, there were moments where it looked like she was like posing for pictures and like
helping him get dressed.
Yeah. So I don't know. That's what I kind of took from that. It was like, oh, this is his ultimate spiritual muse.
Yeah, I love that. We do get introduced after the auditions. We see Joe like juggling his work and his personal life, because we are introduced to Joe's ex-wife. The character is Audrey Paris, played by Leland Palmer, who is also involved in the production of the show. She kind of course, has her little like quips about him still being like a womanizer, because she knows who he's going to end up casting in the show based on the girls that are up there. And he even leaves the theater saying a remark to himself about being like a lousy father. Like, what are you doing as a dad? Because like he just basically flaked on his daughter that was sitting there inside with Audrey.
Yeah. It was very interesting because it kind of, this whole quick little, I love when a movie can just quickly let you know the situation. It doesn't have to drag on. He's rehearsing for this show. He has his ex-wife and his daughter there. He's running off to edit this movie that he needs to get finished. So within these few minutes, you realize that like this guy is battling time, trying to figure out how to manage his personal life, his two projects that he wants to work on, his addiction. He's got a lot of stuff going on, and they did a really good job of showing like, gotta go. Like he's just
absolutely because we see this casting couch womanizer moment very quickly back at his apartment, and then we see very quickly his girlfriend Katie, who's played by Anne. We see Katie catching him back at his apartment with this new dancer that he just cast, who is Victoria. So we have Audrey, his ex, who is she's moved on. She's over it. So we have Audrey as the ex.
Look how good he had it though. Like that's what I kept thinking. I was like, you have an ex-wife who loved you, and you had this perfect like personal, and I don't want to say perfect because I don't know what their relationship was like, but like you had this marriage that also was your
a creative
partnership, and like she helped him so much and behind the scenes and probably got way less credit than she deserved. You got this daughter who absolutely idolizes you and loves you and just wants to spend time with you, and you just can't keep it in your pants, man.
You've got a brand new girlfriend that's been dating you forever, and now you're moving on to another dancer just for a quick. I know.
Men are dogs.
We get some cuts back to his dream state as a teenager. He was 19. It's back at the Kit Kat Club. I'm just calling it that because that's what it looked like. We get like a ghost of his mom that's like cooking in the kitchen, and it's all just kind of like jumbled together. The topless girls of the club are flirting with him backstage, and before he goes out there on stage to go do his little tap dance number, they get him all excited by like teasing him, and so he gets up there, he does his tap dance number, and then he gets embarrassed because the entire audience is like laughing and heckling at him because
he got a little too excited.
And so like, you obviously can see that. But it is funny that this would be the moment where you would think we would have a musical number, but we just get this like 10-second little tap dance and like no musical number. I think that bummed out by that.
I think it would have been the perfect spot for a musical number. I think that it would have been great to have it start. You don't think anything's wrong. It's a really good song. It's a really good dance. And then at like you slowly start seeing people kind of like giggling to themselves. And then at the very end, after he thinks that he's done like an amazing job and he's like, da-da-da-da-da-da. And then he looks down and he sees that, oh shoot, I guess they were laughing at me. But like, it still works the way it is, but there should have been like a song and dance number there.
Absolutely. Joe and Victoria have a fight back at the apartment because she's letting him know that she wants to go on this tour. But she is asking his advice if she should go on this tour or not. And she's going to be on this for 6 months. What she's really doing is she's testing him, because what she wants him to say is, of course, don't go. I want you here with this project. I want you here to be a part of my life. But instead, he's like, you got to do what's best for you. So knowing that, she calls up a guy that she's interested in and decides to go on a date with him. So she makes the phone call in front of Joe to rub it in his face. And this is where we get the argument between them, because he sees what she's doing. She knows what she's doing. And it's one of those typical situations of him being like, listen, I can have as many girlfriends as I want. You can't have any other boyfriends but me.
It's so... I can't even say it's so annoying and so shocking, because, again, men of 2025 still think like this. Like, narcissistic ego, like just these men with these egos that feel like they can do whatever they want, but the girl that they're interested in, like, they can't. They just have to kind of like sit around and take it. And if they go out and try to talk to somebody, that is, like, what are you doing?
Like, what?
And it's not just straight men. It it is any man, to be honest. And I'm not saying every man, but it happens with all types of relationships. I briefly told you about how I had an ex who, after a few years of dating, he cheated on me and we broke up. And we decided, oh, let's just try to be friends, la-di-da. And then I actually started dating you.
You dated someone before me? I wasn't your first everything?
I was a virgin. And him finding out that I was dating someone else, he called me one night and I picked up. And I wasn't even with you. I was with another friend. Anyway, he goes, oh, what are you doing? Oh, I'm at the movies. Oh, with Brandon? And I said, what does it matter? Like, we're not together anymore. And he just started screaming at me. And he was like, I can't believe that you're out with another man. And da-da-da-da. And I said, dude, you cheated on me. That's the reason we're not together anymore. You slept with someone. And he goes, similar to this plot. That's why I'm tying it back, guys. He said, basically, I can have sex with whoever because there's no emotion attached to it. But you dating someone, that is emotion, and I can't believe you would already be dating someone. That's how these minds work, these narcissistic ego maniacs. And now she's over here saying, like, calling this guy up and saying, oh, do you want to have dinner? Which is a date, which is not sex. Oh, it is emotion. Like, it's a date. I can't believe you're calling someone on my phone. I'd be like, what the hell? You were just in bed where I'm laying right now. You were just here with another woman.
He even backpedals when he's in the bathroom, like away from her, and he's like, no, like maybe you shouldn't go. Like maybe this isn't the right decision for you to go on this tour. And she says something in regards to like wrong reading, like wrong delivery in your line. Like it didn't work. And so he comes back out of the restroom and delivers the line again, but in a different way, like in a more earnest and sincere way. So yeah,
I feel like they both thought that they won. Like she was like, yay, he does want me around, when actually all he wanted was he still wanted control in the situation. It's not like he's saying, I want your undying love and I'm going to give myself to you. It's like, no, I don't want you dating someone else. I want you whenever I want you, but I want all these ladies whenever I want all these ladies. So it kind of is the same situation. You know, the
we do get a glimpse of a dance number that they're trying out for the musical NYLA.
I kept wanting to say Nyla, but isn't that? Oh no, that's NOLA. I was gonna say, isn't that New Orleans, Louisiana? But that's NOLA.
Oh God,
never mind.
So NYLA, not NOLA, not New Orleans. There are some cool shots of the rehearsal, but once again, not really like a number, not really a musical number. So we've now lost a couple opportunities here where we could have had.
Do you think they didn't want to give a full show of this number because they knew that they were going to show the fixed number later?
Possibly.
Because like he's like, I don't know if this is working. I don't know if this is working, and then later he fixes it.
Possibly.
So
we do, of course, get the.
But if I saw that roll back dance move one more time, I was gonna lose it. Like it was the same line and them on the ground like rolling backwards. I was like, okay, we get it.
We get it.
It's not working. You can show us. You can stop showing us that it's not working.
We do get an introduction of how lousy this Victoria dancer is that he cast because he wanted to keep her around for a side piece. So we do get like a little like fight between them where you do see, you know, that she's not the greatest dancer. Those shots of Anne on the chair are like so beautiful.
That scene was also very interesting to me because I was like, what is the difference between like tough love and like cruelty? Because like he's so mean, but then like now this is him and his portrayal of himself. But like, so granted, he is showing that he is being really mean to her to the point where she cries. But then at the end, he like gives her a kiss on the forehead. And then everyone around is like, you did it. You did it. And I'm like, in his mind, does he think like, wow, I'm such a good choreographer and director that like, I really brought it out of her. And like, in his mind, he thinks all of these people are just so happy that she finally got it. But does he not realize that like behind the scenes, they're like, wow, he's a dick. Like he's a jerk.
I don't think,
but like
I think he's such a narcissist he wouldn't care.
Yeah, I think he's writing it like he's so, oh my god, like he's so great. Look, he got it out of her. When everyone is probably like, geez, like yeah, she finally got it, but like she's gonna have a freaking mental breakdown.
Yeah, and is it excusable because they obviously know he's sleeping with her, right? I mean, like who goes up to someone and just kisses them on the forehead? Like
I don't know. It's a different time. People pinched butts and kissed everyone everywhere, even on game shows. So maybe they just thought a kiss on the forehead was like
true. Maybe they saw it as
he's
more
so sweet.
That's true. Maybe they saw it that way. I think going back to a chorus line, this is very similar to scenes that we have, but we know that Cassie and Zach in a chorus line, that we know that they've had a relationship in the past. So maybe seeing him blow up on Victoria is a little bit harder as opposed to if he had blown up on Audrey, his ex-wife, because that would be different. She would know how to talk to him and control him. So maybe it's just something about it not being a personal relationship, but did they think that that was normal? I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm sure Fosse and Gwen got into it in front of people all the time.
Yeah, but that's your wife.
But that's your wife. And so you're just going to like kind of stand back, or your ex, and you're just going to kind of stand back and let it happen.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
I just thought it was interesting. Like, yeah, is he being cruel or is he, you know, giving tough love? Because I thought it was
pretty abusive.
It was mean.
We do get some pretty cool shots of Joe and his daughter Michelle rehearsing and making some like cool like choreography. That actress Ursabeth is who plays the daughter. She's actually quite good. Doesn't have the greatest singing voice at the end, but I thought that she was quite good as an actress.
I did too, and I looking at her online credits, it didn't look like she had much after this, which is sad because I thought that she was. I mean,
She seemed very natural.
she was a natural actor, and her dancing, like for this little young.
Well, maybe she was more just involved with dancing than she was with acting.
I mean, even though, like you had said, they revised a lot of the dance steps to kind of make it more for a child.
Some of it
she was
see.
keeping up.
So you can see that.
Yeah, good for her.
So as Joe continues to be dissatisfied with like his editing job and then going back to the actual like show, because remember, he's juggling 2 jobs at once right now, his film editing and also rehearsing for this Broadway show. We do cut to a scene where he is frustrated and angry with, you know, the dancers and the choreography because it's just not all coming together. And we go to another rehearsal room where Joe does have an awesome conversation with Gwen Verdon. Sorry, not Gwen Verdon. With Audrey rehearsing in the next room. I'm going to throw this out there. Probably the best scene in the movie. Definitely my favorite scene in the movie. It's just a great discussion and argument that they're having while she's still working and while she's still doing her choreography. And I think that it's so cool because it's probably so real.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think he probably copy and pasted this everything from real life. I mean, I love that she's rehearsing and she injures herself, or she gets a little, you know, Charlie horse or whatever, like her leg, ooh, that kind of hurts. And then he walks in and she does not want to show him
that she can't
do it because as we get more into this argument, you find out that he thinks that she's too old to play this character that she's been wanting to play, which I know directly correlates with Gwen Verdon in Chicago, because Gwen Verdon was, I believe, 50 at the time, and she is playing Roxy Hart, which is generally thought of, not anymore, they cast it all different ages, but I'm pretty sure at the time was generally thought as a younger character. So I know that he had told her many a times, like, you're too old for this role. So I think that a lot of this was probably copy and paste from their real life. Amazing scene. I will say the only thing that kind of made me eye roll about it is, in typical Hollywood fashion, you have the character that is portraying the Bob Fosse role, and he looks like he's accurately that he's been cast accurately age-wise. And then you have Leland Palmer, who is, from what I looked at online, she was in her early 30s. Like, hello. And he's sitting here saying, like, you can't play this 24-year-old character. I'm like, less than 10 years apart. Had they picked an actress that was closer to even late 40s, early 50s, they would have, number one, looked more like they were a couple that have been together and had this working relationship together. And also, I wouldn't have known that she was too old to play this character when he said that and said 24, because I'm like, she's not 50. Leland Palmer's not 50. They could have cast someone who was a little bit older to play this Gwen Verdon character, because that was one of the things that was discussed about her playing Roxy Hart. Like, you know, your time to play this role has passed.
Yeah, maybe she was just the best who auditioned for it and they tried to make her look a little bit older. I think you're just saying that it was less believable that she was going out for this younger role, but she was trying to play. I don't know. I guess I kind of missed that. I just felt that, yeah, he said that she was too old for the role, But
I mean, they even have her. I'm sure dancers in their early 30s also get cricks in their leg and are like, "Ooh, that hurt." But I almost felt like that was also another nod to her being like, "Oh, dang, like
she's not
maybe
a
I'm
spring
not."
chicken.
Yeah, she's not a spring chicken, but this actress that they have is a spring chicken.
Right.
So
I get it.
That's all I mean is that like she did amazing in the role. I just think that if you're going to be playing the person and one of the main plot points to their character is that she really wants to play this 24-year-old, but she's not that age anymore. Had they got someone who
was a
little bit older, it wouldn't have looked so. Well, what is he talking about? She looks great.
Yeah. So we jump to the real, like, full version now of a musical number, which is "Take Off With Us." The actual performance is done in front of like the show's like penny pinching like producers, and yeah, the performance is called "Take Off With Us."
Take it off.
Take it off, yeah. And it's, what are your thoughts on this number? I mean,
I wrote down, I said, I would go see this show.
I mean, it is cool. It's very sexualized. It's actually called "Take Off With Us" erotica.
The name of the song sounds like it would be a song on RuPaul's Drag Race.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I really love like the lighting and like all the cool like body shapes that the dancers are making, but it is really cool. I think I'm excited because we've got a musical number. I mean,
finally,
are we 35%?
I mean, like a real
40% of the film? We have a full musical number, so that's exciting.
Yeah.
But I did think that it was cool.
I thought it was cool. I thought it looked cool. I thought it sounded cool. I thought the dancers looked great. I thought everybody's bodies looked great. Like, good for you. If you could dance around with your top off or dance around in a jockstrap or whatever they were in, like, and you got the body for it, do it.
Like, go for it.
Like that, I would, if I had that body.
Like, show those pricky titties.
Yeah. Show those dancer asses off.
Yeah.
Like, I would be, that's how I would walk to the park, to the supermarket. I mean, granted, I would get arrested, but.
Oh my gosh. I love that at the end of the dance number, he could care less what the producers have to say. He goes up to his ex-wife and basically just needs her approval on it. So I did like that about it.
And she's crying.
Yeah, because she admits that it's like the best thing that she's seen him do. Like, she's moved by how talented he is.
She's like, damn it, you're a genius.
Yeah, exactly.
You're you're an alcoholic,
narcissistic,
drug addicted, narcissistic, genius. Womanizer genius.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Any other thoughts on this erotic number?
No, I just kept saying like, this is good. Like, I would see this musical. Like, and it's funny because like I'm sure this happens all the time on Broadway or on film. Even you've got the push and pull of the artists wanting to make their art however they want, and then you've got the backers and the money that are not looking at it as art, and they're going, how can I get more tickets sold?
Right.
Oh no, we're losing the family audience. And it's like all they're seeing is dollar signs. So I understand that at some point there has to be a little bit of push and pull. If you're going to be having backers, they want a show that's going to make the most money.
Right.
So it was interesting to see that they were not looking at it as art at all. All they kept doing was like check mark this or deduction this, and oh no, we're going to lose this, and oh my God, so I thought that the whole point of that scene, it worked perfectly because, this happens
all the time
in every business.
When we go back to Joe's apartment, we get this another performance pretty quickly.
I know, we didn't have to wait 20, 30, 40 minutes.
Yeah. And this is between Katie and Michelle, his daughter. They perform a dance number all around the apartment. It's after the release of the stand-up comedy movie that Fosse. Oh my gosh, that Joe. That Joe.
It's fine.
Put on.
If we make a mistake, at least we know they were based off each other.
But yeah, the dance number around the apartment is called "Everything Old Is New Again." The recording of it is the singer is Peter Allen. I mean, what are your thoughts on this number?
I kind of touched on it earlier, but one of the things that I noticed was the actress that was playing the daughter. I thought she was so talented. I mean, you're up there with Anne Reinking,
who is completely in her element in this song, by the way. Just completely in her element.
Totally in her element, but is one of the best dancers that has ever been.
Mm-hmm.
And you're up there doing these dance numbers, this routine with her, and you are keeping up with few edits, and the edits aren't even because of her dancing. Mm-hmm. It's because the dance was a little bit sexy, so they didn't want to like have her doing some of the sexy parts.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like they were editing her to make it more simple for her.
Yeah.
I was like, she's really holding her own up there with Anne Reinking. Good for her.
Even the little like booby shake that the daughter does, like it's done in a like very comical way. Like it's done in like in a humorous way, you know? Yeah. And I think that yeah, it's really great. Yeah, Anne is completely in her element in this. I mean, she's got Annie in this song, you know?
Totally. She's dancing with Annie.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. Like, we are here for Anne in numbers like this, for sure. And that hair of hers is just so beautiful.
Very beautiful.
Okay, everyone. So we're going to pause here with part 1. We will get into part 2 next week. Thank you, everyone, for listening. Please share, go follow us on Instagram and TikTok at
Hollywood Hubbies.
We interact with everyone on there.
We post little clips of this podcast. We post clips from the films that we're reviewing.
So yeah.
If we don't stop it here, we're just going to keep talking. So
okay, you guys, catch y'all next week. Bye.
Bye.